Hello. Excuse me. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mr. B's podcast. I'm Mr. B. Today, in this video, we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to talk about some of the things that are going on in the news, right? So, one of the main things that one of the articles that I've been looking at today, in a situation that I've been following for, it's just not recent times, right? This has been going on for the longest of time, and a lot of people don't understand technology and things like that. And Mr. B is here today to talk about it and give you the full picture, right? That's what I'm doing today. So I'm going to bring up on the screen an article here. Can you see it? Well, I hope you can see it, right? So Trump, so this is Fox News here, right? Fox News. Trump says he will most likely give TikTok a 90-day extension to avoid a ban. TikTok's parent Chinese-owned parent company was given until January 19th to sell, or the app would face a ban, right? So what is going on with that, right? So I'm not going to sit here and degrade people by name. I'm going to try to be as general as possible because let me tell you something. You're not going to have lawyers knocking on Mr. B's door to try to sue Mr. B for slander and libel, even though it is my constitutionally protected right and freedom of speech to give people the news as it is, not as you want it painted. So at any rate, let's talk about TikTok and the situation that's going on in the news here, right? So Congress alleges that TikTok is somehow connected to, let's be simple, they are alleging that TikTok is somehow connected to the Chinese government, right? They're saying they have supporting evidence that TikTok is allegedly spying on Americans. Now, hold on a second. Years and years and years ago, a memo came out for all Department of Defense and Congress people and Department of State that allegedly stated that that app was a known data harvesting app, and anyone who has the app is to delete it immediately and cease using that app. I'm not making it up. If you guys go back in time, you will see that that had actually occurred. So we knew about this allegedly for a very, very long time. Now suddenly they're getting onto it and getting up into their stuff. Why? You guys had years to take care of this, but now why suddenly do you want to take care of it now? So United States government is saying that allegedly TikTok is a Chinese data mining harvesting app, allegedly. And now the United States Supreme Court says the same thing. They believe that it is, right? Is it possible that that could even be likely? Yeah, absolutely it could be, because if we think about data security, right? Data harvesting, right? Data sharing, compromised apps, right? There are so many compromised websites, compromised apps, routers, on the go cables, charging blocks, lamps, Bluetooth device. There's so much stuff that has been manufactured outside of the United States and was introduced into the American market at a cheap rate, right? All these companies are getting stuff made in other countries at a cheaper rate, and they're white labeling it and reselling it here in the United States, not understanding any of the implications of it possibly being compromised or not. Most of the stuff that's coming over here and most of these apps that are being created are compromised, right? It has issues with their digital signatures. It has permission issues. Look, guys, the next time you download, what the hell's going on with my damn mic today? the next time, there we go. The next time that you download one of these apps, look at what permissions it says that it needs for the app, right? No, honestly, next time you download an app, take a look. Because when you download these apps, you're basically signing away your privacy. Literally, you are signing away your privacy. You are giving the opportunity for whoever manages these apps to be able to get into your phone. You are giving away your privacy, and you are allowing these apps to gain untethered access to your life. Everything you do, your pictures, your calls, your browsing history, your geolocation, everything and anything, right? Some of these apps can unlock your screen, can turn on your camera, turn on your mic without you even. I mean, who are you kidding? The government has software to do this, right? We know that to be a fact, right? And this technology, actually, like remote control Android and Apple phones, it wasn't publicly on the market. Well, it wasn't commercially available. Now it's commercially available. If Mr. B can do it, you better best damn believe that our adversaries and hostile actors can do it, because it's just possible, and it is so easy to do. Now, let's not get off on a tangent, because you know how I am with cybersecurity, right? So at any rate, these apps have all these permissions, and people don't give a damn. They just download it. It's convenient. Oh, it's trendy. Oh, yes, I need it. And they download it, right? It's the same thing with visiting websites, right? You can visit a website, and the website will put a tracking cookie. Think of it to be simple. A tracking, I'm not talking about a chocolate chip cookie, because, I would love to have a chocolate chip cookie every time I visited a website. But at any rate, I'm talking about digital cookies that are used for tracking, right? To see what you're looking at, right? To target you for advertising, to follow you, how you got to their website and what page you left off on their website. Those are what cookies do. Tracking cookies, right? But if we even think about, oh my goodness, if you read the terms of use, terms of service, privacy policy on websites and apps, you will see exactly what I say. But unfortunately, a lot of people are lazy. They don't give a damn. They just read it, but they don't understand. You have no privacy anymore. Using these apps, using these websites, you have no privacy anymore, right? So now, just saying that I was a hostile actor, right? And I wanted to spy on you. And I said this in one of my other podcasts before when it came to viruses and stuff like that, right? But if I was a hostile actor and I wanted to spy on Americans, maybe blackmail Americans, maybe get some information on some high value individuals so I can use it to, extort them, blackmail them, coerce them into doing what I need them to do so I benefit from it. Is it possible I can create an app? You sign off on the permissions, not knowing that, hey, look, Mr. B's behind it, and he's a alleged hacker who's going to extort me in the future, right? You don't know that, and you just download and you have a good time, right? And then now it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you're sleeping, and I go, hey, I know that VIP downloaded my app. I'm going to unlock his screen, and I'm going to get into his system, or I'm going to look at his breadcrumb trail, right? I'm going to look at his digital footprint to see what websites he's been looking at, right? If he left my website and went to the dark web or whatever and was looking at inappropriate things that I can use to blackmail him, oh, yes, I got him or her. It is possible, you guys. And if we circle back to the whole TikTok thing, right? I wasn't, I was just talking generally, like in the last couple of minutes here since the podcast started. TikTok, don't try to sue me. But United States is claiming that TikTok is a basically a spy market, spying on Americans. Is it possible? Maybe. But here's the thing. This is directly to you, President Donald J. Trump, right? And I hate going against the grain. Honestly, I hate going against the grain, Mr. President, but I feel that you are wrong. You are right, okay, to give the extension so you can look into it and see what's going on. But I personally believe that you are being fed wrong information, right? I don't think anyone understands the gravity of what's going on with not just TikTok in general. I'm talking about all apps, all websites and tracking cookies and things like that, right? But now I say to myself, well, look, if people are that stupid that they download this stuff knowing that there's a potential security risk, well, let them have at it. That's them, right? They should have freedom of choice, right? But in saying that, that doesn't mean that foreign adversaries should be allowed to possibly seize the opportunity and jump on the vulnerability, right? So, Mr. President, okay, you're right in asking for the extension to investigate it. I can't knock you for that. But however, I feel that if you say that TikTok stands, it sets a very bad and dangerous precedent because it says that, hey, look, other places, other apps and websites that may be compromised. Now, hey, look, we got somebody in the White House who will always almost back us up. Now, Mr. President, I don't know if you're going to do it for leverage because you agreed the same thing that I had just said, that people have the right to download the stuff even though they know that it's potentially could be used as a data mining, data harvesting type of situation, right? I don't know. But like if we're going to use it for leverage, right, to somehow connect with the alleged endpoint country, let's just call it like you guys said. You guys said it was China, not me. You guys are saying it's China. So can we use it as leverage with China? Hell yeah. And if we can, let's use it as leverage, right? But at the same time, we need to make sure that our VIPs, our military, government people aren't signing away their privacy, potentially exposing national secrets, movements of Congress people, conversations, right? We need to make sure that that's not compromised. But I say that if Americans want to download the stuff and be that stupid and still use it, let them do it, all right? But I mean, it's a tough situation because you have millions of Americans who use that app who make a living off of it, Trump supporters and people who don't support Trump. So now, if you come in there, Mr. Trump, and you tell them, hey, look, I'm going to uphold the Supreme Court's decision and we're going to have an outright ban on TikTok, a lot of people are going to be mad at you. I get it. So right now you're looking for a happy medium to make everyone happy. I know that's what you're doing. But you can't lose sight of national security in this situation, right? I believe there needs to be, it can't just be TikTok. It needs to be a complete overhaul of data security, cyber security, right? Because I told you guys before, my other podcast, a lot of stuff is already compromised, right? I said it earlier in the I almost said presentation. Earlier in the video, everything that we get from overseas is already compromised, right? You can go to the store and get, well, I was going to show you a charging cable, but they make charging cables, on the go cables, that can rip your information, meaning anything, once you plug that into it could copy all of your information. It can install a malicious code onto your tablet, your phone, your smartwatch, your computer, blah, 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 blah. It can happen. And you don't believe me? Look it up. Those cables exist. Same thing with the charging blocks. I've had charging blocks from other countries sent to the United States to analyze them, to research them. You crack them open, and what's in them? Why are there antennas inside of charging blocks? When has a charging block ever needed an antenna? When has a charging block that goes in the wall, when and why would a charging block need a SIM card? Why? Why are routers executing their own commands? Why are routers right? And some people will say, well, the routers have to connect to their home server to do an upgrade. No, I'm talking about routers sending megabytes, gigabytes of data, right? If you get a program on the computer to analyze what another program's doing, you will see that, and well, you have to connect everything to it. But anyway, we'll talk about that in another segment. But let's just try to be simple here because a lot of people don't understand cybersecurity. So now, if you have a router that's transmitting to a server, whether it's an IP address, an FTP server, blah, 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 why is the router sending so much data to a private IP address?
A few moments later.
So anyway, let us digress. Let us circle back. But it's just there's so much stuff out there that's compromised already, and we need to take a stand against those type of things to show people that they can't keep spying on us, allegedly. So I hope that the Trump administration is smart about this right here because with that being said, that's all I have to say for today. Until next time, I will see you. Take care of yourself.